Hey guys, Adachi here. So this video will be a bit different as we'll also be breaking down one of the first optional bosses in the game, Lebion. To start, first you'll need to unlock the Monster Collector's Manor. If I remember right, this house will unlock right after clearing past the crowded city Badal. Here, an old man will give you a board of bounties where you'll kill specific monsters within the Aldana continent. I don't have a picture anymore, but I'll go over quickly where to find all the monsters. Fire elementals can be found in the Malboria lava caves, rats and gobbles in the Aldana catacombs, wolves, Pockle, and the birds are found in the Brana plains, and Sahagin are in the Rubel coastline. Finishing these bounties will give you various level cap item rewards, and after the first set you'll get to fight Lebion. Now I plan on covering various bosses in the future in a similar manner, but we're just going to break down the boss at the moment. In the future, it will be more common for people to have endgame setups, but for now, everyone is going to be very varied in their skills and arcs. So, although this boss can be beaten easily with some OP friends, I thought it would be fun to break down the boss from what I learned fighting it. I did unfortunately forget to test Earth, Light, and Dark magic on him. If anyone can let me know in the comments if he resists or is weak to any of those, I'd really appreciate it. Lebion, despite looking like a large chimera beast, is actually classified as a humanoid, so there won't be any killers to my knowledge available against him at the moment. He doesn't resist ice, fire, or lightning magic, and has a low mind stat, making magic still very effective in this fight. This will go without saying, but debuffing him will be incredibly useful, both speeding up and slowing down the fight. If your MP pool is low in general, I'd opt at least for debuffing his intelligence to make some of his spells a little less devastating. Going into Lebion's moves, his most dangerous is going to be Dark Matter. This can easily rip apart any units on the map and isn't easy to avoid. For this reason, it'll be important to take consistent healers or reliable AoE heals along with Yggdrasil for the AoE revive. I recommend Lina, Lila, or Gorm as long as you do take Yggdrasil. Lebion only has 2 physical attacks. The first is going to be a swipe he occasionally does in between spells. This will be used once or twice in succession, but did relatively low damage, averaging about 200 damage on casters with no arc equipped, and 100 with high defense characters like Gorm. His last physical skill to go over is Fire Breath. This will only hit one side of the field that he is facing, but as there is no casting animation or delay, this will not be as easy to dodge. Luckily, it doesn't hit for nearly as much as his spells, but be careful not to have any of your skill animations cancelled by this quick sweeping skill. At random intervals, Lebion will cast Grand Regeneration, which aptly named will give him an HP regen buff. Lebion has one strong buff called Apocalyptic Shriek. This will first debuff his strength and mind, then buff his strength and intelligence. Without any actual data mining, it's hard to say why it both buffs and debuffs his strength, but regardless, this is negligible as he'll mostly be spamming spells anyway. Just know while the debuff is active, this will be a more optimal point to hit him with magic. Lebion will start casting Curse upon a Star, starting after he loses roughly 1/3 of his HP. He will also use it along with the rest of his spells with more frequency after dropping below 1/3 HP. This will do some decent damage, upwards of 1k plus on units with low mind, but drops down about 200 damage for every 100 mind a unit has. This debuff is why it is very important to have reliable heals and Yggdrasil. With debuffed mind, his Dark Matter will start killing at this point. It'll be important to make sure to have a Resurrection ready along with a strong heal, as this will not only bring them back into the fray, but it will also remove the debuff after death. At around half HP, he can cast Magic Barrier, which will reduce all magic damage. At this point, take control of casters, if possible to make sure they don't waste MP. To round out the last of his spells, he will cast Gehenna Blaze, or Gehenna Blaze, not sure how to pronounce that, and Meteor Rain. Meteor Rain being more difficult to avoid, but for Gehenna Blaze, Gehenna. As long as you aren't caught in any kind of animation lock, all you need to do is run to the opposite side he has casted the spell, as it will stick to one side of the field. And that is the full breakdown of Lebion that I am able to do. Hopefully one day we'll get some talented folks to actually pull stats, resistances, and thresholds from the game data, but for now, it was a lot of fun to go through the fight and figure out how all of his moves work. My strong unit recommendations for this fight are going to be Lina, Lila, and Sevilla. I recommend taking at least 2 breakers, 1 reliable healer or Gorm, and a mage. You can take 2 mages instead if they have sustainable mana pools, or if you're taking Lila, Gorm will be useful as he can easily reach high defense, decent mind, and high HP, along with his S4 being a strong heal for right after an Yggdrasil Resurrect. Sevia is not only a very strong breaker, but her S4's damage reduction will be invaluable, and definitely boosts survivability for the fight. I wouldn't be able to pick one over the other, as Lila will not only be able to bring some decent healing, but can pick up your mage's MP back up to continue nuking, and Lina is just overall a more reliable healer. Now again, this fight isn't the hardest of fights, but I thought it would be fun to break it down. You can easily just take some OP friends though to nuke him just as easily. After beating Lebion, you will be rewarded with the Hunting Bandana, which is an accessory that gives 32 strength, 27 intelligence, and increases damage to enemies that have been stunned or are broken by 10%. You will also gain access to the hard Aldana bounties. Despite calling it hard though, these can be achieved through normal or hard mode. The rocks can be found in the Brana Plains. Bats, ants, skeletons, and hobgoblins can all be found in some separate maps in the Aldana catacombs. Frogs are in the Rubel coastline, and the robot crabs are in the White Laboratory. The rewards for these bounties will be a lot of cool things like 100k Zell and even an Ethereum. If you want to see more breakdowns like this in the future or not, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe for future Last Cloudia and mobile gaming content. Also, shout out to y'all for 400 subs. The growth is amazing, and hopefully we can continue to build a community of more and more helpful people. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you next time.